Very pleased with where we're at in the rebuild process. You know, you all know our emphasis is on scouting, it's on drafting, and it's on development. And when you look at the Detroit Red Wings organization, we've had 22 selections in the last 2 drafts. 13 of those were in the first 3 rounds. We have 11 selections in the 2019 NHL draft, and 4 of those are in the first 3 rounds. So Kenny Holland has done a marvelous job at accumulating picks, which are so important to executing a successful rebuild. And I think you're starting to see the fruits of the labor when you see 5 prospects, make their NHL debut on opening night this year. Very, very exciting. Players like Chalowski and Hicketts and Christopher N. And Sulak, and these are players that have most all those players worked right through our system, and so it's coming. And then when you look at the pool of prospects that we're developing, of course, everybody's familiar with the names of Zadina and Veleno, but there's a bunch of other players that we're excited about as prospects. So we're excited about where the franchise is headed. I was talking with Jimmy Devellano and Marian Ilitch, and we were talking just before opening night, and we were reminiscing about the last time the Detroit Red Wings brought up this many young players to make their NHL debut was in the mid-1980s.
85.
85, thank you, Jimmy. There you go. And we brought up 6 players, and that was a preview to the real dominant teams of the 1990s. So let's hope history repeats itself. That's what we're working on. But I'm very pleased, and I know our owner, Marian Ilitch, is also very pleased with the work that Ken Holland and Jimmy Devellano, our entire front office staff, and all of our hockey operations personnel are putting forward. Everybody's working very hard. We have a talented team, and I think the rebuild and the progress we're seeing, I'm very pleased with. Yeah.
Great.
Chris, Steve Yzerman's contract expires after the season in Tampa Bay. What's going to be your approach? I'm sure there's a lot of fans that would like to see him involved in the organization when that happens.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure all per NHL rules, and we have our own long-standing policy. We don't discuss personnel who are under contract with another organization. So I'll have to leave it at that on that one. Yeah.
Can you personally describe how's your what kind of relationship do you have with him? Are you?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to defer to. We're not going to comment on personnel who are under contract with another franchise.
Sure.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm kind of curious. You made this announcement with the Leafs in town. You're retiring Reds.